Blessings to all of you, all strength and happiness on the path of renunciation, giving up everything. And, you have families, you have connections, you have duties, okay? So my blessings to all your children, your family members, okay, wherever they are. And I bless them. I wish my blessings to all of them, wherever they are, which distance they are, that you will be peace with all those connections and show them the way, meanwhile cultivate the way to liberation. That's the greatest gift you can give. The age of 18, I remember certain experience in the Dhamma that distanced me from my family too. In body I was there, but mentally some meditation took over me. And I never forget, after these experiences, I came to Sri Lanka and I was staying some time in Sri Lanka. And I have a younger brother, 9 years younger to me. So when I went back, actually I was to go to States that time, so I went back to Lesotho. In the airport, I never forget, because those days after this particular certain Dhamma experience, I became very separated, non-reactive with the surrounding. Some would think what has happened to him, So not like now also. Now I am so many years now. Maybe I have become worldly again, I don't know. Anyway, what happened there in the airport, I never forget, I have this, I think maybe the same size. He was very small to me, like 9 years younger to me. So I was like 18, still 18, close to 19 maybe. So in the airport, when my father picked me up, I was in the back seat and my brother was on the side. Those days I used to, pet him and, I was very, very, I would say, active. I used to, before. Even I used to get very angry, even into fits. I would have killed somebody certain occasions. I just control myself. So this is like a very bad time with certain energy transforming, and completely opposite the other way after this. Like completely calm, and so like my father was really worried and confused. Mother understood. Mother simple-minded with a lot of faith. So she, others very thinking, analyzing, very practical and wondering what happened to my son, something like that, my father. I see some karmic reasons for that, for him to get that feel. So even later on, took time for him. So there, my brother was there, saw the seat, and he looked at from me from top to bottom. I could see from the side. So I'm meditating and going. Meditating means I was at peace in some. So then slowly he looked. He looked so different, because normally I would squeeze his stomach or, was younger to me, and nothing, no reaction. He looked up and down, and then he laid his head on my lap. I can still remember this. And so later on, they were noticing me. I was in another world, in the sense, I was quite far away from all this. In the consciousness again. So in the room I was there, then I was playing cricket before going, back. So now I went back to the club, and my movement was very slow, and mindfulness was natural mindfulness with peace already experienced. So it was not easy for me, like batting, I was very good because concentration was more better. Bowling, yes, but I was a fast bowler, and then I was not fit enough. I used to, because I had not done any much running and so on. So after this thing, I was like even keeping and all that. You don't know cricket, no? A little bit. Okay, so then what happened? Then I later also realized that I can't play two games. I played for matches for the club. Then I made it a point that I must give up this, Like if I want to get a greater joy, then I'll have to give up smaller, precious. So what happened, I gave up. It was the last match I played one time, and that was the last. So one by one I gave up like this. So even vegetarian, you know how I became a vegetarian in that time? So it's anything that I feel that is like what I heard or know that is good or in the path, I would add to the practice. So one day we were at a dinner with my relations and all that. So it's called Akash Academy Sky restaurant, you know, on top of very. So we were there with one of my uncles, knowing now I'm in meditation and kind of these things. He asked me, "Are you vegetarian?" By that time I was not a vegetarian. I said yes. Then I had to immediately observe. This is how I. So that's how it happened. So anyway, this distancing was there, slowly. But then a faith was created in the family. You know, like my father or my brother, they had some respect. Slowly, even there's some problem in the family, they would consult me and they would, that's like there was authority. And even with relations, they're joking and I'm in the side, if no one believes something about what they're saying, then they would say, ask, my name was Shanaka that time, ask Shanaka. So actually it was a very positive effect with the family. And I'm sure whatever potential towards liberation, that was activated in them, even now. So it's just one family. Already I had a very good awareness that all other beings are our family. Okay? So I hope you all will also, you all have tremendous potential. Tremendous, your birth is, I think, very blessed. The karmas, we don't know the secrets or the mysteries from the past lives, but I can guess that. Maybe on your own you might think, what is this? Bhante is telling all rascals are here. Okay? Because your attention is too much into the sense world. Even if you're in with Jetavane, with Buddha, if you pay too much attention and your mind becomes weak, you will only notice negative things. Alright? But me, so looking from outside, not only you, I see many other places. Okay, I'm moving. Many other different cultured persons, even Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka also has a very tremendous, but their experience is wide. They have more, they had also some negative experiences, like even monks in politics and, they have news and all that, these things have happened. And inspirational things have also happened. So it's like 50-50 and then it had gone now even to 60, to the negative side, okay? So people who have faith, maybe, something, so I hopefully, again, they get some inspiration. And I can see, they too will give just their life even. And they are the ones, I would say, it's in their blood too, like from small days, the children are taught sadhu puta, sadhu, like sadhu means it's a bhante, a monk, and then in our consciousness that calming, this thing has been given by our own grandparents. This is all a great upbringing. It's karma, strong karma. And I see it in here too, I'm very impressed and surprised in a way, but I'm happy for you all. It's a great thing to get that faculty. One day in one of my wandering journeys, it was very late in Sri Lanka, walking, so got one temple I went to stay in the night, like 5 o'clock in the evening. They said the chief monk is not there, so I had to pass by that temple. And when I was going further, it was 7, 8, then another temple was there, then I went there and they also something, it's closed or... Then I went further, it was getting late. So I thought like one old times when I was a young monk, then I had to decide to sleep in the bus stand. But only problem, little mosquitoes. Not little. So it's like hot, if you cover yourself, it's too hot. So if you... Anyway, I was preparing. I think next time I should take Odomus, Odomus? It's mosquito repellent, very helpful. So at least you get good sleep. So what happened, I went, then somebody told me, it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, close to 10. just like a corner, they said, where are you going, Venerable? Like from a shop, like a restaurant, somebody outside. And I said, I'm trying to find a place to spend the night. They know, Bante, there's a monastery there. Just far, a little, with that. Now I was on this road. So then I went walking. It's now late, quite late. And then when I went into the premises, dogs started barking and lights, they lit. And then some people came, and a lot of small monks, like young monks. They all it's funny, and they just received me without questioning anything. And they just they all came and they received me, take a seat, and I could see the senior monk coming very respectful, very dignified. He just was present there, and I paid respect and sat down. And I could see they would just arrange everything, for a bath and freshen up, and then room also ready. All that happened very fast. And I was a little surprised because, I know some experiences, going too late is not very good. Because people suspect if they have bad experiences, they worry, they fear. Some have been like wandering monks, mentally disturbed. This also another story I remember, I might tell that. That will be interesting. I have many stories to tell because only a lot of experiences, that's all. So what happened, next day morning I had the breakfast and started to get back to the road. Then I paid respects to the senior monk. And the senior monk told me very kindly, very calmly, Venerable, next time try to come little early to the temples because everybody don't have the faith faculty. Very interesting. This is cultivated from many lives. Everybody will not have that. So he's a very good point. The faith faculty, it's not coming. No animal don't have it. It's coming from a evolution of a many lifetime evolution of the being, or the soul, or whatever. So I see in certain parts of the world, they have this, and some individuals in certain places. So I hope you can make it. One day, another one I remember by like 30 kilometers. Then I pushed some more. It was like jungle area, cutting across jungle also. Then suddenly it was it was like I fully worked like 40 kilometers, put my certain, I thought, okay, I just push a little bit. Then I came to this temple. I entered the temple, and the small monks, all they took me to the senior monk there. And he asked me immediately, from where are you from, and can I have your identity card? So I showed the identity card. And then he asked me, my teacher, my teacher is well known, like ordination teacher. Upadhyaya, I said, Madhya Panyasiya Gnanaloka Thero. I said, oh, is that so? But he didn't go walking like this. He didn't wander walking. Then I said, this is a German Bante who was my second teacher, who inspired me like that. I explained. Now I have come to a peak, I have walked hard. If you look at me that time, dust, full of dust, and it's like I would not be able to go more further with that willpower and strength going like that. Then he said, no, you can't stay here. You can't stay here. And this I realized immediately, this is the training that we are getting. So immediately I paid respects to him, and I said, okay, Bhante, it's okay, it's all right. And the small monks were also very shocked and upset. They were all looking innocently. There are reasons for this to happen, I will tell, okay? So then I left. I immediately left to let go. And I knew this practice of charika is for that purpose. It's to train. That's why our teacher wanted us to go to face uncertainty and to see the limits of your mind also. If you're not trained like that, in your dead moment, you can't face anything. You have been so picky and, your mind, how can you do anything? How can you face and, really keep your mind calmful? You must develop some level of, there's so much potential in your mind. So what happened, then I left. Now, it's like getting dark, evening, and there's Hain culture. I don't know whether you know about Hain culture. Like, in the jungle they have these villages, they make, cultivation. So when I was going further walking, to find maybe another temple, it's jungle area. Then the people are coming after work, very tired, whole day working. They say, Bhante, where are you going? There are a lot of elephants now coming out. I said, no, I am, like finding another temple. And they said, oh, the temple is just nearby. I didn't say anything. I just said, no, is there another temple? No, there's some more kilometers and you will not make it. It's jungle. And then I said, is there anybody, then they were tired, to explain to me. He said, we are very tired, Bhante, after long time work. And then finally one person told, there is a special, like a upasaka, very faithful upasaka, who he might help you. No, I asked if there's a school or somewhere where I could take rest. Then they said, they felt like there's a upasaka, they said. Then they showed me, there's like a businessman, a village businessman with a small shop, and he has the house behind. So I went to that place. Oh, the whole family, big house, village house, and then a lot of people. And then he came, he was very faithful, and he came and he worshipped me and said, Bhante, he said, there's a temple, Bhante. And I said, then he's the supporter of the temple. I said, well, maybe I can't go there. And then he understood actually. There has been another monk before with some mental disturbance and try to hit this Bhante. So no, you can understand for everything there's a reason, If you just think so it's lucky that he even at least waited to get my identity card. Immediately he would have wanted to. So he had this experience of, definitely it's working in his mind. And then he want, this upasaka is so faithful. What he said, he has there's a room in front of the veranda, his room, and then there are other rooms and all that. He said, Bhante, you can stay in this room. We will arrange for you. He said, no, in a house, how can I stay? I'm not a family member. But I like the, sort of, it's so. Then I told him, can you put, his shop is near the road. So I said, can you put mat in front of the shop? I can stay there. And and then he was okay. Then he told his son to take me to the well to have a bath. So I went to the well, and after bath, after all that walk, you feel a little fresh. So I had this bath, and then I came to the mat, where they have arranged already. And all were ready for a Dhamma discussion. You can imagine. After walking nearly 40 kilometers, they think I just arrived from the bus or something. It's a very good experiences, just putting your mind to. So I gave them a Dhamma discussion also until maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. And then time came for me to rest. So what happened, when I was going to take a rest, mosquitoes, so many mosquitoes. No possible to rest. Then when I try to my double robe, I try to cover, it's too hot. Anyway, I lie down, and then actually, I don't know if it's my faith or whatever, when I closed my eyes, I was not falling asleep. I was seeing a statue, I don't know, the face of the Buddha. Like the face, like the face part of, it's like a Buddha statue or something, but I felt some, like a connection to, like some strength been given to, so I waited like that. I didn't sleep the whole night, but I was fresh in the morning. Fresh, and then they brought dana and all that, and then I cut across the elephant, corridor. It's a corridor actually. So in the jungle, then there's a temple there. I went there also, and it's a very nice monk, and he had not those bad experiences. So, but it's very uncertain, and just to give up suddenly, situations come, you're clinging to give up whatever idea you have, and you will never have any conflict. You learn the art of letting go and giving up. And when you're going on this path, really, you'll be getting the support of devas, because you're creating so much good karma. Okay, you're not going to be alone. You will have definitely forces trying to stop you, and then you have forces helping you. I will tell another one also. I think these are all very good for you all practically, because I told you today also we'll talk a spirit story, right? We have last few hours, okay, of meeting like this. But I'm very, very happy when I'm coming. Some of you are going through the book, and very good, because these few hours also will be very helpful. If you can stay more days, it will be more. But at least you have passed through the 3-day and 4th day, and that has given you the possibility of something. I'm very glad for that. So this time I was feeling, there are so many, but one I will tell, it was coming to my mind just when I was speaking. It was very hot in the afternoon. So I normally go to some temple or wait until the heat, subsides, like then 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 is again to the road, like that I used to walk. So one day, like 12 o'clock, so hot. After 12, my dana, 1 o'clock, then I went to one of the temples. It's like a very old, very nicely made temple, monastery. So this monk also said, it's very hot today, how are you in the road, it's very, and he gave me a room to lie down. I was getting like feverish feeling, Then I lie down and I close my eyes. Actually, how I rejuvenate is I would meditate. The one you do in the early morning, that similar to that, the one you would have, this thing with vipassana, and then, so then that way when I really rest, now even yesterday I had no rest for like some days, but in the afternoon I did this practice and then I am fresh again, more than sleeping actually. Okay, so what happened, I was doing that. Then I saw, I don't normally get visions, but if I do get, there's something. It's like empty space, like if I tell you, it's not any visions or this, but if I do get, there's some, so there, when I was lying down, and actually I lie down and meditate. Okay, that is for a long period, then I could stay fully relaxing and like letting go the body. Maybe you can try that you really, get focused to that object of meditation, and then you lose the weight of the body, or that you are much with the gross body. So it's like a more samadhi coming. Okay, but if you know you're falling asleep, never do it. Keep your like comfortable posture, but back erect, then do it. That way it will be okay. If I still you falling asleep, stand up and do it. Okay. If you find still you fall asleep, I don't know how you can fall asleep by standing, then go to the balcony and stand on the wall and then get that willpower. You can do it. You must get that free from laziness and strong willpower, gut power. That must be there. You must. That's only will make you go in the virya and the faith. So then what happened there? While I was lying down and when I close up, when I was focusing, I was seeing a face of an old, like a little fair, old, but a monk. So I thought maybe it's my teacher, but his face was square. So because it's square, I was keep looking. He has not heard all these stories, so where he's writing, I think he's is he here? Inside, is he hearing? I don't know, okay. So he's hearing new things sometimes. He's doing some big work, writing something about of some notes and compiling and of my teachers. It will come as a book in the future. So when I was looking at his face, I was getting like samadhi. So I kept on looking at that vision I'm getting. And I get samadhi, the whole I was feeling refreshed and energized, and that feverish feeling all gone. Okay, then I was a little curious too so I decided to stay in that temple another day. So I spent a day, another night there, and the next day I was also wondering, and in the evening I went to the Bodhi tree area and meditated. And then the chief monk later, I think, in the evening or next day morning after breakfast or something, before I was leaving, I just, he told me something like like there was a very famous monk, not the senior monk before, the previous to that. So he was like, his voice, those days they had no microphone, they say the voice would go, he had such a voice, that it goes so like at a distance people could hear. And that time only the temple, all this got, very big, and it got built up. And so he was telling that they believe even that he's born like a deva or something, that people make vows to the Bodhi tree and like that, they have stories. So he just told me that. And he said that his picture is, there are a lot of senior monks' picture, like here in your temple. And then when I was going out, I looked at that picture. To see the picture I saw, like in the vision, it was the same picture. Another one more turn I will tell. Is it okay? You like? So it will encourage you to, do these things. Just cut away from what people's opinions surrounding. Just with your consciousness, if you do things, certain door will open to you. Another one was, I have walked miles, this is LTT area. Those I told you, through terrorists I walked in 2003. I was 32 years, very strong, and cutting every day 30 kilometers. But this is going territory where they kill monks. In the past year, they killed a lot of monks, and they also, because they're against the Singhali, who were, the army attacks one of their, because they hide in the, the temples and bomb, then they will bomb or do something like that, tit for tat. War was going on, okay? Civil war. So when I was entering the area, there's so many things that happened, but this Deva story I will tell. That's important. So you all get some real physical, not physical, very tangible thing about these things. So what happened there, that day also I walked about 45 kilometers, and I was in the Sri Lanka, like Sinhalese controlled area, Jaffna. I don't know whether you know here. And there's a Naga Vihara is one Vihara at that time. So there, between the LTT, this thing, no crossing. But I crossed, they go by flight. They had like 98 kilometers area where, so that it took me about 2 days, 3 days. And when I entered there, I was ready to die actually. I already, we have, purifying our virtues. So I had a monk also in the visitors, the last temple I stayed in the Sri Lanka Sinhalese control area, that in the visitors, there was a monk who I could do this practice. And then I was ready, but I got royal treatment. There's another story, okay? Yeah, it was very interesting, the karma. Those stories, if I tell it, will go on some more time, So, but to give you this point, so like when I leave that area and I want that day cross, actually it was my mother's birthday also, May 9th. So I thought as a birthday present, I'm going to, she's not there. But in my practice, I will push my practice or do my... So I went to, until the temple was there, the passing many army posts and all that. Now when I came, the 2-3 experiences that happened there, and one truck passed by, I will tell these 2 stories in this thing. One truck passed, trucks are going, transporting things, and suddenly he's in another post, like a security post. He's looking out and telling, in Sinhalese language in a very insulting way, that there's this monk I saw there and I'm seeing him here also. And what is he telling? He's a fine guy. It's something to that in Sinhalese language. He's a fine guy, Like Mara Baduak means like, it's not a respectful way to say, It's like he's a fine guy, like that. And I heard it when he was going. And then they left. So later on, when I was there, when I was resting in the main vihara, one morning there's this man coming, knocking, and then he want to offer something. So he came and he said, Bhante, I had a very bad impression of monks, I had some bad experience. But what it is, I'm a truck driver. I'm driving, transporting from, I have special pass to go through thing. I saw you, this thing, and then now I got to know you have been walking from, say, south of Sri Lanka, and then he was the truck driver. And he wanted to offer something with faith. Yeah, this. So here, when I came to this temple, there was like a lot of Sri Lankan people who have come, like children, young people for some cultural show to make some harmony in that Sri Lanka Sinhalese control area. So that day I have walked 45 kilometers. They gave me a room. The monks also have got to know this one monk walking like that. And then I was there. When I was they given the temple, in those days I was very strong about certain rules, how to observe. So like one roof, same roof, if there are lay people or, especially women, I would not stay there. So then it's so difficult to get a room also. They have already arranged a room for me. So I was now, after 45 kilometers, then I would go and meditate. And if I fall asleep by that, that's better. So I would relax my body after a bath. So when I was doing that, I was hearing voices from other rooms, and then my conscience was telling me, like I can't say enough, I can just rest tomorrow, I'll follow the rule, not like that. The rules were giving me strength and power. So what happened, then like I might have to go and sleep in the street, but I thought doesn't matter. With my conscience, against my conscience, I stay like that. So I got up, and they were like army personnel who were doing the attendance in the temple. So one of them, I called him and asked, do you have like the shrine room? Like I told, we have like rules, certain rule. I don't know. First I asked, is there any other lay people lay people means women especially. And then he said, yes, Bhante, there is. And I said, no, there's no problem. Can you put a mat for me? Just don't tell anybody. Please, can you put a mat for me in the shrine room, the opposite of that I can spend the night there. Then he went, okay, Bhante, and he called me. When I was going, all the monks were readying a mattress and everything. He had already told everybody. So they all arranged everything. And then I came back, and the Buddha statue like this, and the mattress and all that like that. So when I was about to lie down, I could feel that time also, Buddha like alive. So sometimes through following the rules also, Buddha said this and I want to follow this. So then when you're following it, you find he becomes live through those. But if you follow what he's saying, now you're doing the greatest of, contemplating and what is this. So that time, later next day, I was resting, and after meditation, I was now very sound in that monastery. A lot of activity. So I thought to find a quiet place for my meditation. So I went walking, like few kilometers. That there are old Hindu temples. Old Hindu temples are there in Jaffna. So one small like alley, and then like a down. So I went down. It looks very, like mystical, and so I went inside. I thought it's a quiet, nice place, and I meditated there. I was nicely getting samadhi also. After getting this, then there was that, the chief priest. He's like educated in Sanskrit, but he doesn't know a word of English, and I don't know a word of Tamil, and English nor Sinhalese he doesn't know. Maybe little English here and there, so he knew I have some idea about the symbolic things and how the energy is consecrated in those temples. So we had a small, like a broken language discussion, and I left. After leaving, next day morning, I was meditating. When I was meditating, I normally don't fall asleep like in the daytime. But here, like a dream state in my meditation, I was getting a vision. I was not asleep nor awake, like a vision of this. I thought it was this priest. It looks like that, that there's like a fire, something ritual, and he was touching my forehead. Okay? So when he was touching, I was feeling like I was going out of the body. So he kept on touching, pressing. And soon then I had to just, by force I had to like give up. And then I could see like I'm like leaving this body, like, very energized, like full samadhi. When this happened, actually I had an idea of going by vehicle back to south, where the monastery is, where my teacher was, the island hermitage. I didn't think of walking back. I was thinking one way walk, but return I will come by vehicle. If someone stops, I will get into the vehicle. But after this experience, like I feel like I can fly to south. not literally, okay, but got that so much energy. So then I was also curious, is this priest powerful? So I thought I must go and see. So I walked again after, maybe in the evening, afternoon. I walked to that temple. Soon he was there. When I saw him, I realized, no, it's not him. Though he's wearing white and all that, it's not him. So he saw me also. While I was talking to him, I was trying to figure out. Like talking means, there was an old picture behind him, like a wall, And then there are like some priests, in that picture. Then I saw one of the, the picture there, he's exactly that person. Then I asked him, who's that? He said he's the priest who made this with his own money, and he himself said, with his broken English, he's a born deity. Like he's now, they also believe that he's like a, deity, like, so when I was meditating, and they would have saw, no, this poor monk, he walked so long, better I give him some energy. So many experiences, I don't know how to say this, like but I hope you get some encouragement, strength to put forth effort. And as a layperson also, many things happen, as a young, or in the mountain we have Siripada, once at 6 o'clock in the, once we had some information, this group of us, that this mountain, there's a special deity, that he will come around 12 o'clock in the night. Okay, so we all went, it's off season, full of rain, and it's like so many steps we have to climb. It's the footprint of the Buddha is there. Siripada, have you heard of this place? So it's from ancient times, so actually it's like a very beautiful place, like a climb, you have to climb up, very long, it's a huge mountain. So when we went, and a group of us, so it's like off-season, raining, so there's a security quarters just below that. So we stayed there, it's so cold there, colder than Himalayas, it's very cold. So we were inside with a hot plate, warming up, and we lie down. Around 12 o'clock, it's dark and all that. One of my friends close to me, this is when I was a layman, just when I'm nearing ordination, so I did different things while. So he was asking me, Shanaka, can you hear? In Sinhalese, right? They don't know English. Okay. So then I was listening. Yes, I also can hear. It was, like those ancient flute and drumming in Kandy, the truth temple they have. In Sri Lankan drum, they have that traditional ancient taka 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 this flute, this very special type. I think you might have here also tradition. It has come from the ancient cultures had some connection with the divine words, more knowledge than this modern, this heavy metal and all that. This is demonic, demonic connections, dum dum dum, and then the great, the Rakshas or the demons, they come to the programs, drug addicts and all this, with. So this was going on about half an hour. I look at the time. Actually, that time you feel frightened, like you can hear it from where like in the sky. And so he told me this, I was listening. Then that time you think, I will tell my prayers here. No, I'm not going. You don't think of going and watching, you feel so little, you get freaked out. Because these are not normal, natural. You might say, I want to see, I want to, what is this? But your system will not bear it. When I'm telling now, I'm getting another whole load of memories from other. Go on. It will be too much for you. No? But I was telling about this deep drumming, you have to learn to be creative or imaginative. Like when we go Pindapata, when we stand, we hear all sort of music coming from houses and all that, okay? If you're a meditator, yogi, you should not resist. You should learn to be creative and make it positive, all right? So you also like going Pindapata when you're going outside. So, like you're going now from here. So I remember you hear mostly it will be music of romantic music, of love and all that, that's the main thing that is working in the sensual world. So when you go, you hear this voice. You don't hear the meanings of the words, okay? You hear the tune, okay? You can't stop hearing it. So change it to universal compassion. You get it? So you're hearing this, say maybe love song or whatever, romantic. You don't get. You just see. You have to find an art where you spread that to universal compassion. Then you come to samadhi while listening to that. Okay? Not that you try to listen, but you can't avoid. So one day I was hearing suddenly heavy metal. Okay, Pindapata. In these villages also, some of the young ones they tell me, Bante, morning when we get up, now they say they put chanting period. We were shy to say, Bante, what we put the set. The set. Set, they say the set means all these those music, heavy metal, this and that. It was very funny. So once I was going Pindapata, I was hearing this. Those days mostly I'm in Pindapata, in the village. Like dum, 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 early morning. And some young people, I think. So when I was listening, then what I changed it to? Arahants. Breaking their defilements. It's like that. Tell you honestly, my spirit is like that. Going through, like with determination, willpower, and like that. Yeah, you have to change that. And then you get super energy. They will wonder what happened to Bante, He's also in the disco. You have to learn to, not to resist. You have to be creative and change it. It's also your type of thinking. Even if you hear a good thing, you have very bad thoughts, then you will make it bad. Okay, the glasses you wear, the type of glasses makes you. If you're wearing green glass, whole world will look green to you. So if you have the Dhamma glass, it's very easy. You don't find any negative judgments, thoughts in you. And you will clear your karma. This will fall off. There's some karma, that you see some. No, there's one time, I don't know whether I told you this. I will tell you this. If you listen to my programs, you will know all these things. But the signal is mostly the audience sometimes that I need. One day I was in the initial time. So I want to pay respect to one very senior monk who was staying under trees and all that. So I admired him. He also encouraged me the latter part. So after becoming monk, I got permission from my teacher to go and visit him. It was like a new monk, like a Samanya, very new. So I went, and he was under the tree and all that. So the devotees had living very tough life. So these devotees had two views, he used to talk alone. So they were divided. One was thinking maybe something wrong with him. Another group was thinking he's talking to gods or something like this, So anyway, I met him, and like late night until 11, 12, he gave me a very inspiring discourse. Discourse means he also gave me a lot of inspiration, something, and then I left. So that time I have taken shelter in a kind of, it's supposed to be like some pious, some people. So they had a kind of a lodging where I could stay the night. I was staying there. Then there's like a small compartment, and then there's other quarters of some the people who were staying. So like late night, 11, 12, I was, I was hearing some sound from the television. Okay. So, told me the light was going on. There was like a window, and my bed was like that. And then not much sound. Then I was feeling a little bit irritated. I was wondering why so still this light is going on. So I got up, and this thing was there. I just looked, but the TV was there in front. And when I saw the TV suddenly, it was not a good thing that they were looking. Something not very good at all. But I was so new and inexperienced, I just got a shock, and then I lie down. Now I can't go out, it's like 1 o'clock. I wanted to go away from the place. And I was shocked, and I was also those days I was very conscious about my sila. So I thought even seeing like this something, it's a really, I have broken my sila or what, So I was like this thing. So when it's light, I quickly left the place. And I straight went to that Venerable, that Bante. So I was in a hurry to go and quickly tell him, but he was slow, taking the breakfast, waiting for Dayakas. So I was walking up and down, meditating and then we had breakfast. He was so cool. I'm now waiting. So what happened? After that, he took me to one of the trees, where he used to meditate. And he just sat down on the tree. Not sat down, he just sat there. Suddenly, when I was going to pay respect, he was looking this side. I was in front. And from this side, he was talking. Actually, his teacher was I knew him very well. He was also very inspiring. Before, as a layperson myself, So he looked at like this and he said, already I planned, because I got some time from my teacher, my own teacher, now present German teacher, so that I went out. I thought I would go walking, wandering, and then come back to my teacher. That I got some free time, I like to do that. Then he told, what was it? Tell him not to go on, what he said was, tell him to be careful with the Kamesu Michachara rule, Sikshapada. Celibate rule. Okay, telling me, now tell him, now somebody is telling, now he's looking like this, I am seated here. Tell him to be careful with the celibate rule. Okay, I am translating it, okay. That there is past karma coming to him. Okay, like this, past karma. And he wants to go, telling me to be careful with the celibate rule. Very interesting. Now actually other things after that experience, I was angry with the people there. I was thinking, what is this happening? Okay. Until this was told. I was thinking there's fault in the people around, outside. And then telling he's planning to go on charika, walking. That is because of his samsaric habit. But tell him this time don't do it. So it's like a picture it gave me. All blaming others went away. It is my karma making me. That's so sankara paccaya vijnana. That is very important for you to understand this link. What you are experiencing, what you are going through, how is a reflection of your own defilements and the surrounding. That you should know this practically. Okay, rather than it's in the book, Buddha gives. So these things you have to really feel. Even other ways, any mistakes, any negative things. Okay, so you have both. So this really gave me a picture of what is my karma going on, what has been in previous lives, certain mistakes or how I should clear it. So it happened later on in some places too. But with my own samadhi, I was able to watch that and then clear it, not to blame others, to make my practice more, these things. So these things will slowly fade away. Will not come as today I explained also the last moment I told you. Last thought comes due to past karma. Why you get distracted? You have the craving nature. Okay? Just he was trying to clarify something. It's the thought is coming due to past karma. That's the cause for consciousness to arise. Alright? The reason you are distracted is because you have craving nature to that karmic level. Okay? This is nice to know. This is a meditation object for your contemplation. I hope you can, and then you can relate to what you have read also, how the Panchupada-skandha, the 5 skandhas, and the connection with the 4 skandhas with the vijnana, consciousness, like taking it as an object, consciousness, how the consciousness works with those, is the craving. So you are removing the craving, then the existence of 5 skandhas slowly start to diminish. Okay? The 5 skandhas, they are the ones that we call birth is happening, old age is happening, death is happening. Okay? So we are freeing ourselves from birth, old age and death. Okay? Birth is not happiness. Alright? How do you know that? When children come, they don't smile and come. Very rare, they come, but they are crying, Even the process of just that, there's that pain. Okay? And then the aging old, unless you have meditated before in the womb and then come, or when you're old also, aging time, if you are meditated, you will have that bright, happy face, separating yourself from the body. It should happen to you all. I wish it should be there. Like in our teacher, we saw that. Okay? And so there should not be wrinkles. This is very important to tell you. If you do your morning meditation and practice, you're separating from this sanskaras. Okay? That is your makeup. Alright? It's not coming from a vanity box, it's coming from the suttas, the Dhamma. Alright? So that's your makeup. Even at your old age, you'll be so pleasant to the world. That should happen. Okay? Because if you're a practitioner, you're separating from the khandhas, your purity. That's very important. You all are very capable of this. You should do it and be an example to the world. Okay. So my storytelling is gone. This also is being permanent, all these experiences. But at least this impermanent thing was making you to be aware of impermanence, hopefully. And get that wisdom and not attached to these experiences you're going through. Know its fundamental nature, it will definitely happen. So you have some more little time. You can spend that time too, and in the afternoon also a little bit, maybe you have to pack up and things like that. And then after that, so how is your experience? Good? You want to stay more or what? Where did you go? 10 years younger. It will be noticed by people around you. When you go back, you could see the big difference being all the time in that sense impression environment. And like you are raised, there are some people who didn't want to remove their clothes also for some days. They felt it was like in Sri Lanka. But again, after that they're drawn to that other world. But that will be a seed that's been sown, a higher type of life, kind of being, where greed, hate, delusion is being diminished. So that will repeat again. But try to maintain much as possible while you're in that part of, that part of the world, Kamaloka, sense world. Then only you have another retreat somewhere, anywhere, then it will be based on another stronger basis. This will help you when you go there. What you practice there will help you in another solitary practice. So there's an interrelation like that. Now if you go and party and all that, that will definitely lose this also. Because you practice and did that, you will get more bad karma. So I'm sure, you will not be. We don't have much time to do like that. Like washing, cleaning. You have to make sure you're washing and careful not to get muddied again. If it happens for some powerful karma, don't try to remember it, okay, but don't repeat it. Think how you can. Remembering nothing is gone, it's finished. And your extreme egoistic nature will make you remember something. It's nothing, it's just a cause and effect thing. But don't repeat it. Try to avoid how the places, people, and what stimulated that. That avoiding is new karma. Okay? That is new karma. So that will annihilate this slowly. And try to be busy with the practice so that, there's no time for the other negative things to take hold of you. You can see you all are busy with dharana and you're busy with meditation, you're busy with all these activities. I can see that. So that is good, but be busy with meditation also. Add to that. If you don't add that, not enough. This you must, to be safe in the moment of dying and the next life. This you really have to put that. With metta, anapanasati, at the reading and visualizing. That will help you when you pass through the morning, any activity. Okay? And then afternoon also have a session where, if you are working somewhere, go to the toilet, the clean toilet, and otherwise go to some, if there's some place, even the rooftop of the building. I did like that, where, let's do the meditation and come. In Cyprus, in the university, I did it in the beginning, but it didn't last long, because it's not easy. After a few days, I was just 21, and it's so much sensual impressions around you, and some friends take you out, and you just allow that, and then, it starts to. So I want to leave. That was a terrible time mentally. But luckily I stayed on and cleared that karma, and especially my father, not to get his blessings. So sometimes you have to maybe go through, but I noticed this would have been reduced if I had a group, supportive group. That's very important. Sometimes the group you see, you will do it alone. Like the group does support you. So even if it's not completely perfect, just have, see how it works, what practically works. So I don't know, any extra sutta? Today I told you can do whatever you like, but to practice, not whatever you like means. Because you get something, there's a possibility. So why you lose that opportunity for you to, you will have support of an entire army of beings, Just you have to lay your life to the Dhamma. You must lay your life to the Dhamma. What if it's a worthwhile thing? You get liberated, you're safe. Are you prepared to spend your time in some plane which is, uncertain and stagnation? So, where you can now make a definite, this thing where you're liberating yourself and others. And if you want to meet another Buddha, if you're doing like this, there's a chance. Okay? Some are worried. Okay, I want to meet Maitreya Buddha. I don't want to practice too much. If you don't practice too much, you will not come to the human plane. I'm not joking. Keep these words clearly in your mind. This is like a clarity this thing, what really will happen, because you will get angry, greedy. You have not big choice like, I can just wish and be there. If you get angry, greedy, if you're born in a plane, you just pass so many Buddhas. So now if you want to come close to a Buddha even, this practice, don't take this as like, you're attaining some end of the, rebirth or whatever. Take it as developing wholesome states of egolessness and free from delusion, and increasing your wisdom. Take it that way. It's a universal thing. If someone wants to gather a lot of wealth, it's spiritual wealth. The highest spiritual wealth you can gather, because it's a pure teaching of a Buddha, a real Buddha. It's not a teaching of some god or some, this is a phenomena that rarely happens, a rising of a Buddha, and the pure teaching still preserved. You can find historically how things have changed, the literature, the material. So, but by experience you can really know. That's very important. Today I don't know, I can't. Yesterday that was good one, I never told anyone to read, but when I saw that, the contemplation was very good. I think the Attanagalla Sutta. Mankamukallana is .356. See 356. I think in your life, have you read this much suttas? First time, eh? Okay.
Some simplified version already write in plain words.
The which one? The sutta? You have read before like that?
No, but I think this one is ancient one have more tasteful.
Which one?
This one.
Tasteful?
Yeah, because it has a thinking mechanism. How it get to the point and like that. Before that, we just read the sutta. It's already write in plain words.
Print word. Okay. Not knowing the meaning.
Talking about it. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk in the simple.
Yeah. Actually, I was giving a talk in New York. You know, one who was a good translator, Bhikkhu Bodhi. Have you heard of him?
Yes.
Yeah, in his place. So when I did this way of applying to you, it is not known. You know, it's not known. Even they were telling me it's new. So it's very difficult to find. Of course, a scholarly way is different to. You cannot know this without practicing. You have to practice. Then you know the meanings of word. Otherwise, it's very. You will try to find more meaning, and it's like a signpost. You don't go the direction. So then you look at the signpost, and then you paint it, and then you make it something more. So it's like this something like that happens. Some people also tell me, like in Australia, Bante, this translation. I said, don't look for a better translation. That means you are looking for a better signpost. The signpost you are not going. That's the problem. So if you meditate and read, then that will happen. You purify, then you get the meaning. You are not going to go in the wrong, which is coming from. So my teacher was explaining. Sometimes when you are meditating, you will get these disturbances, and then it will start to affect your body. And then because you are attached to that experience, the problem is then you will try to cure it. Like you will want to cure it, and that means you are paying more attention to that and giving more life to that. And that way you find like it becomes a cycle, then more the problem will start to come. So like whenever experiences of certain meditation, not to be attached, quickly maybe talk with somebody who can, tell you something which is to, sort of take it in, issue may come. So also he said if he had the balanced practice of going pindapata, sweating a bit, not having just food and everything all the time, it's not good for monk needs that physical, all can't sit for hours like that. So that then Bhante told me like having long pindapata, sweating and physical activity, and then living in solitude, then reading the suttas, and all these mixtures if you put, then that problem would, slowly this thing go away. So it's a common problem for monks, sometimes they just keep it to themselves, and practitioners actually. So if you have a balanced practice, these things will get clear, and the purpose of all this renunciation and all these things will start to happen.
You're talking on impermanence, the clarity is very clear. In the present moment to moment activity you practice, you can see the impermanence of form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. You can see the clarity of this formation, all the imperfections are there. Why I say that? Because when you perform anything, right, in the present moment, or moment to moment practice, right? So you can have what we call the activity you do, then the mind consciousness, the mind, the citta is very, very clear to see that everything you do, all mental with all physical and mental phenomena. What you do in all the activities are clear, it will go impermanently. From form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. You can see the whole flow of sequencing. The thing is very clear.
Yes.
What is past will never come.
Yes.
Yesterday cannot come back today, and you don't expect anything in the future.
Yes.
Everything appears in front of you very clearly.
I thought you should come and sit here.
No.
Yes, sir. It's very good.
You know why I'm sorry to say that?
We can have 2 chairs there, you know.
Sorry to say that. When I do meditation from
Good, you have nicely found out, you know, to look at the pleasant body feeling
Why I
perception.
say that? Just now, from morning till now, I'm talking to you. Now, at present, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
From the moment I wake up, I cannot bring the moment I wake up till now. No,
Yeah.
because it's already past.
Yes.
I wake up at 3 o'clock, already past. I cannot bring the activity what I've done.
That looking at that, you must still the mind
Yes.
and visualize it.
Yes,
Now
I visualize it.
even right now,
Right.
now even while you are now even thinking how all the experiences that you experience, then for that you must be less externally involved.
Right.
What is going on, you know, more internalized, and then picture all the activities just in a general form. There was khandhas that they passed away, and if you're properly doing that without trying to express it also,
Right.
just relaxing,
I do it in a daily activity.
and you'll watch your breath. You'll
During
watch.
my meal time, every day in my house, wherever I eat,
Yes.
outside, in the hawker place, whenever I eat, before I eat, I do the chanting.
More than like what your reflection, you know,
Then
like
the reflection.
just
This food is for my mind.
and you must watch your breath.
Yes,
You must now watch your breath.
yes, correct,
Watch the breath.
correct. I breathe in, I breathe out, then I contemplate.
You're more telling than the looking.
Yeah.
Look at it now. Look at it. Just get this peacefulness. All the thoughts gone. Whatever emotions you're getting to because of some attachment. But it's not yours. It is all the interaction of the experiences, feelings. So watch yourself. That's the most important thing. That's why it's in silence and solitude. It's a practice to be done in silence and solitude. Even I don't want to talk too much. This to be experienced. I hope you can master this, all of you. Now we can do the group photo. I'm against photos, but because in what's that place, KL, they wanted this and I didn't want to upset them. Because I will tell you honestly, my teacher told me, when I want to get a photograph of him, don't take this dirty body. You can look at the Dhamma. I'm telling you that But I'm also telling you, you can take a photo. Sanura, is Sanura there? You can do it right now, I don't know. You want it, I don't know. If you are advanced, you don't need it. You are advanced and not advanced, both together, is it?
Photo will remind us that we are attending and listening.
You're supposed to forget. But anyway, you can call Sanura. We can do it right now. I don't want to take more time of you all. Okay? And
But they did not mention
how do we take Karak here?
All the guys will be next to you and behind you, and the ladies by the side.
Try to maintain silence today also until 12, okay? Do the practice. Make sure the silence, hopefully you can take it to your back home also, much as possible. Say without any fear or worry, the way if you really want to get some result and achieve something, it's coming from people who have dedicated their lives unknown in the society, public, and in the modern times such monks, I don't know whether some other generations will come up again. We make and what kind of force we create before we leave, that will propel again some big thing for people to be liberated, and they put effort, and it's still the possibility there. People have health, enough health, only the sila, that sense gratification, they must see the danger and make an effort to sort of discipline or to come out of it. Then they can definitely reach that experiential path where each one is lighting up with enlightenment. This can happen for their own good. Otherwise they will have to face more worry, fear, insecurity when facing realities of life, and especially aging process and then the death. Some would not even want to think of the idea of death. That's not wise. No preparation, just face it as it comes, lose that life and go to whatever state. Even if you don't believe in another state or whatever, even this present life, one doesn't live real joyfully, blissfully. Not joy also, blissfully. And I hope you will be those beings getting bliss from less thoughts and concentration and wisdom. Two types of bliss you can get. One is from samadhi, okay, and the other one is from seeing the Dhamma. That means now I told you, like there could be moments where you get like, oh wow, this is it, or just like it becomes clear. That is the direction, in like a very subtlest way. So that is called Dhamma Piti. It's not the full, but Dhamma Piti, knowing, like knowing, the happiness you get when you get knowing. So it is, now happiness you get in samadhi is more from a feeling. Okay? This one is, if you get that feeling, that is also good. It's difficult to get that samadhi bliss also. That's why in solitude you are not bored, you are feeling. So the happiness you get from wisdom is more difficult. But Buddha says if you get it more and more, you enter the path, Sotapanna or even Anagami, non-return. Okay? So this is, even one time you get, then you are hooked to it, you know that, but it's not easy to get it more again, but you can get it if you really, put forth effort and keep yourself disciplined. So wish you good luck all these days that you have accumulated, as I told you. Also the 4 protective devas, Deva kings, Brahma kings, 32 crores of Deva planes and Devatas. may they also receive this and protect for beings who have still potential, capability, who are striving. They get new inspiration and faith so that they will get energized to practice and become stronger and then be an example to others, like walking chaityas, walking bodhi trees. This should happen. Not just bodhi tree only, but you become walking bodhi tree by practicing 3 ways of conduct, purifying thoughts, words, deeds, getting into tranquility, meditation, and beyond that, attaining the path to liberation. This should be happen. It's not no other way. There's no other way that will. It's like you are in a prison. Either you want to come out of it or you just want to remain there. Prison, samsara prison, with defilements and suffering. So this is when a master is still known, the Buddha, and his instructions are there. Why? This is the great karma you have. So all these merits you transfer to all living beings and pay respects, gratitude to you, all the monks who have given you support, your teachers, your elders from school, your parents to school, and then all the Dhamma teachers who has given you all until this path, and anyone who has given you this positive, and anyone who has not given you or given you some disturbance, because of them you are able to overcome your karmas, and may they also get transfer your merits, and especially pay respects to all those masters who inspired the world after the Buddha. Even the late period I got to know here, what is Gunaratana Bhante, right? Gunaratana Bhante. Yeah, just, huh? No, the in the past who created this foundation here. Yeah, but then after that, another Bhante, no? Yeah, first Bhantana, Premaratana Bhante, Gunaratana Bhante. I heard they have made it Vesak Day like this. So there's a lot of chain of monks, and to the present now who is working with you all, maybe he also gets strength and willpower. But I can see that like sometimes they are very involved with the social work. Okay, because there's one temple and giving you the opportunity to have this, death ceremonies and like so busy. I only got the picture of it, how busy it is. So I hope they will get strength. And I only knew actually that time in the Ratana Bhante, and he's the one who sent the group to me when I was hiding in Buddha Gaya. It was like this, but I felt, like it's like a karma or destiny. And I didn't know he has passed away until I came here. Okay, I thought I'll be meeting him in the monastery. So anyway, I sent my merits to him wherever he's reborn. Because of you, sir, I managed to meet them, your noble souls here in Penang. Always had a special feeling to Penang. I knew they was still different. Even Taiwan certain, but Penang especially. So I wish I can see it when I went for walks. You have great potential. You have got that background. Only thing you can now add this very easily, and that is you further that to liberation. Not only liberation, if you want to even meet an ex-Buddha, do this. This I know, I can't tell you many things. I'm not just telling you to emphasize the importance of suttas, but with some other knowledge, certain knowledge. Do this for everything. It's like you're in an ocean and then you got a jewel. If you master this, you will achieve anything. Because you become nobody, you can become anybody. This is a very, So wish you all good luck. Your families get encouragement by your presence. They will also get solace. And I know some of your kids and all that, some loved one far away. And they will definitely get blessings. As I told you, if you want to give them some special blessings you want to send a cannonball, then do the bodhi in the morning. Obstacles you have, like, the bodhi tree, I told you something. You can do that because as still, we have this thing. And then do the letting go also with the suttas and this practice. Okay? Slowly increase this. It's not easy. Easily said, but done is difficult. But do this so that while in this lifetime you become a very special. If you practice this, if you're a mom, you will become a super mom. If you're a husband, you will become a super husband. If you're in the working place, everything will become super. Because why? Defilements minus. It doesn't mean you become like very stern and they will fall in love with you too much. Because like you are like an outsider, you know how to, better than the person, you will know how to, like I told you when I go to my father, when he was alive, maybe he like jujubes, jujubes? Okay, something like a candy, or chocolate cake maybe. Okay, simple things like you become like children when they are. So you will know, you will not feel, oh, he must remove desires and like be nagging behind them. Then they get more this thing and repelled by you. So slowly, tactfully learning to do things, give them by your example. I hope you will know all these things so that you will, to the human plane and to the other world systems, you will become a blessing for all living beings. As the Master himself was, the Sambuddha, when he was alive and he has established this dispensation, and all who are organizing behind, it's not a small task. May they get more strength and protection, and a lot of doctors and checkups for me. I hope they will get all the merits and protection in this journey. And also in Australia, somewhere they managed to saw me in a Pindapata and then caused this chain reaction, who met me in the Penang. So all of them, I hope they will get these merits, and I hope entire Penang, the people will get a share, and their faith will be restored and strengthened, and that it is fulfilled by going on the path, and all other countries too, human beings who have been with noble background, may they get inspiration of the great masters of the past. Again, a life force. May the noble, the Rahat, the Arihant, their Dhaje means symbol, the culture, robes, that force of what represents them, walk on this planet again for highest blessed benefit. The holy youth, their force, their blessings come upon all human beings. Heal them and teach them to come out of ourselves. Maha Thero Mahaseki, Agamani me Polave, Kamankan. Delighting human beings, the Devas and the Brahmas, that noble core mind. Subhadet, Dukimidet, Divansavad. From all over the world, may they get this support. Not only this country, Divansavad, animals too, creatures, animals, spirits, all in the lower worlds too. May they get this inspiration and hope to be liberated. The Devas and the Brahmas, all humanity, get a share of this good karma. Samsara perapim matuvetva, Tuhasige Mahakaruna Kuni, Losatunte, Satyam Tairya Kvita, Subhatvita, Divan Sulapat.